EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Dwayne Washington, his first carry. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Jameis to throw it.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
Winston to give, it's Kamara.
And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room. And he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Winston.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, it's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
Right, 97.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, to be the last shot that they take in this game.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Right where they settled down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Lance on third down.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Now Lance again.
Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Gibson.
And the Niners are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And some space here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That good for 19 and a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And the 49er first down.
Check pitch. Ready?
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
up the middle. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints are once again back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? Two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he powers his way up past the 30.
In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
On play action, Lance. Open man is Juwan Jennings.
Now he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And he will fight. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. There he goes left side. The 20. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown in the final play, and 2 more for good measure. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Here's McLeod from his end zone.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's the option going left on second down. They find some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man, don't do that.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
Able to haul it in is Kittle.
He's got the first down and more than that.
Touchdown, 49ers. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back.
There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara
With his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And they're able to grab him on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
offense set to get this drive underway.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he's got room. Touchdown, 49ers.
Elijah Mitchell.
38 yards.
And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
McCaffrey will try to run it in. And make him 4 for 4 now on two-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they're trying to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, 227 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing, but he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Saints. Dwayne Washington, 46 yards.
And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, or the screen guy is. And of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Rjkey6 in there to pick it. And the Saints are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception, Winston. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
Down to about the 32. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Play action. Now it's Lance.
Out to his left.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
To throw, it's Lance.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Desperation time here. Lance.
Forced out to his left.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Lance now on first down.
This will be caught at Samuel. Touchdown 49ers.
Trey Lance finding Deebo Samuel. And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
They go with McCaffrey.
And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts to roll this opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dwayne Washington, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Saints use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
Here we go now as they will again try for 2. Winston to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead goes by quickly. So they're going to pass and it works there on the 2-point try. Just in general, what are your thoughts? Passing versus running on 2-point conversion situation.
It is situational. You have to know your team. What what is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third. Marcus May with a pick, and the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
233 yards for him on the ground as this has been a night to remember to this point. Kamara gets it again on second down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Throwing, Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the Niners are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. And some room to run now. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Throwing now is Lance.
That's Samuel, caught left side.
He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners have got it back to within a score.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
49ers 39. Robbie Gould kicking off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
16 yards right off the bat for a first down. Washington now out of the gun. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. A busy night continues for Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, they're back to where they started, 3rd and 10.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On first, here's Washington. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Winston. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
I know part of we're talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
You're just a scholar.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the 49er hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Let's go.